For centuries, the deepest methods of working with the inner word remained hidden, preserved in silence within monastic cells, desert hermitages, and guarded esoteric traditions. Now, by divine providence, one of their own has been permitted to reveal a detailed and practical manual for this sacred work. The inner word presents a disciplined path of purification, absorption, and direct vibrational realization, showing how the living word discloses itself within a collected and liberated mind. This is not ritual speculation or symbolic theory, but a serious guide for those who feel called to approach the mystery with responsibility, depth, and humility. For centuries, the deepest current of working with the inner word has moved quietly beneath the surface of history. It was never absent, but it was rarely articulated in a complete and practical form. Monastics spoke of ceaseless prayer. Yogis spoke of samadhi. The Buddha spoke of the jhanas and the deathless. Hermetic masters hinted at the power of letters and sacred names. Yet the bridge between ethical purification, deep absorption, and the living vibration of the word was seldom presented as one coherent path. By divine providence, one of their own has now been permitted to articulate this connection in a structured and disciplined way. The inner word is not a book of spectacle or mystical fantasy. It is a manual of transformation. It begins with the foundations that many wish to skip: the restructuring of daily life, the alignment with ethical precepts, the cultivation of restraint and simplicity. Without this, nothing stable can unfold. The book insists that moral discipline is not dogma, but nervous system training. A scattered life produces a scattered mind. A disciplined life produces collectedness. From this foundation, the reader is guided step by step into the development of absorption. The four jhanas are explained not as abstract states, but as lived stages of inner unification. The formless attainments are presented as dissolving the fixation on body, space, and identity. The path is methodical. It does not encourage forcing experiences. It emphasizes letting go. Only when the mind becomes unified and free from craving does the deeper work begin. It is here that the letters reveal themselves, not as symbols to be manipulated, and not as intellectual correspondences, but as living, divine vibrations. The book explains how letters and sacred formulas operate naturally within a purified consciousness. It shows how formulas are experienced as unified resonant fields rather than as mechanical sequences. It clarifies why attempts to force magical results through imagination or ritual performance fail without absorption. The integration is unprecedented. Theosis, as practiced by the earliest Christian mystics, the meditative absorption described in early Buddhism, the precision of Patanjali's samadhi, the subtle tradition of J.B. Kerning, and the disciplined aspects of Franz Barden are brought together into one architecture. Not as a syncretic collage, but as a coherent system centered on liberation. Ultimately, the book does not promise power. It points toward freedom. The deathless state described across traditions is not a metaphor. It is the cessation of clinging, the dissolution of false identity, and the stabilization of consciousness beyond being and non-being. When that freedom is realized, the word is no longer something one attempts to use. It is what one abides in. The inner word is written for serious practitioners. It is demanding. It is clear. It restores depth to a field that has often been diluted by spectacle and commercial spirituality. For those ready to approach the path with humility, discipline, and endurance, this book offers a complete and structured way forward.